Alright guys, it is Saturday, January 30th, 2021 at 3:06 a.m. Alright guys, so this is going to be not a video that's too long, but let's take a whack at it. It says Trudeau suspending Caribbean vacation travel will require all incoming air travelers to quarantine in hotels. The federal government will force incoming international travelers to quarantine in hotels for at least 3 days and suspend all travel to Caribbean destinations in bid to narrow the chance more coronavirus variants enter the country. Trudeau said, among other measures, all arrivals to Canadian airports will have to pay out of pocket to quarantine in a hotel before being allowed to circulate freely in the country. All arrivals will also have to go with PCR COVID-19 testing and then isolate in an approved hotel for up to 3 days while they wait for the result. Trudeau said the cost of this hotel quarantine will be more than $2,000 per traveler or $2,000 per traveler. Those who test negative will then be allowed to return to their home or their final destination and complete the rest of their 14-day quarantine until increased surveillance. Positive cases will have to stay in hotels until they recover. Trudeau said they hope to have testing and quarantine functions up and running in the next several weeks. Additionally, all flights to and from vacation destinations in the Caribbean and Mexico will stop as of Sunday and remain suspended until at least April 30th, Trudeau said. Now, it's just not the time to be flying, Trudeau said. We can look forward to a better time when we can all plan those vacations. Trudeau said the four air carriers that carry passengers to the Caribbean and Mexico, WestJet, Air Canada, Sunwing, and Air Transat, are cooperating with travel restrictions. All incoming foreign flights will now only be permitted to land in four locations: Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, and Calgary, while testing and hotel quarantine capabilities will be set up. Intergovernmental Affairs Minister Dominic LeBlanc said the new quarantine and testing program will complement and reinforce measures that provinces such as Ontario had already indicated were underway. Responding to the concerns of the Ontario government that they have offered from the beginning of this conversation to be partners with us, and it thinks it's important to reinforce that partnerships stay that way. We'll work with the Ontario government on all these measures going forward. So they're pretty much they're suspending Caribbean vacation travel, but they're also sort of doing a soft opening to the Canadian borders. It says North Country officials glad Biden is planning for U.S. Canadian border opening. North Country officials applaud President Joe Biden recent executive order directing the U.S. to work alongside the Canadian and Mexican governments to plan for the eventual withdrawal of existing land border restrictions, reopening the gates to travelers once again. This is the sort of official planning effort we have been calling for, North Country Chamber of Commerce President Gary Douglas said in a statement. Not a rush to reopening, which isn't in the cards anytime soon, but a commitment now to exploring agreed conditions and metrics along the possible steps that might eventually begin. One of the greatest frustrations of the long-standing closure of our borders to most personal travel has been around the absence of any official discussions or planning regarding the eventual way forward, Douglas continued. We thank President Biden for this step, and we thank Senator Chuck Schumer and the bipartisan Northern Border Caucus in the House, among others, for helping to get this on the White House agenda so early. So I don't know if they're actually going to open the Canadian border, but they're pretty much talking about the Caribbean vacation travel will require incoming air travels to quarantine in hotels. So those people who will be traveling for the trips to the Caribbean and things like that will have to quarantine in hotels. But when will they open the borders? That's my question. So I just wanted to make this short video letting you guys know that information. Hit like and subscribe for more news, and see you guys next time. God bless you guys.